The AFP is reporting on an interesting story involving Pope Francis, and it's a story that really highlights the problem with religious thinking. So reporters decided to ask Pope Francis if the church should start allowing the use of condoms, and he didn't have a good answer. They say, quote, Pope Francis admitted the question as to whether the church should allow the use of condoms in the fight against AIDS was complicated, but he said the world had bigger problems. He said it was morally complicated for the church, but refused to be drawn into a debate. The Pope grudgingly admitted condoms are one of the methods which could prevent the spread of AIDS, but was not pleased by the topic being raised. Quote, when people are dying from lack of water and food, your question seems too narrow. The problem is bigger than that. He went on to point out other things like malnutrition, slave labor, the lack of drinking water, and arms trafficking. Okay, so let me break this down for you. First of all, he's simply wrong. All those other things are immensely important, but the number one cause of death in Africa? AIDS. So for him to sidestep it or say, it's complicated. No, it's not complicated. The answer is condoms, and with you not saying that is the answer, you're simply incorrect, you're wrong, and one could argue there's a strong case to say immoral for not just saying yes, yes, yes. AIDS is the number one cause of death. And you're like, condoms? Maybe. It's complicated. It's not complicated. Condoms are the answer. Second of all, why is he so against condoms? Well, the Catholic Church has opposed contraception since at least the 2nd century. Quote, the Catechism of the Catholic Church specifies that all sex acts must be both unitive and procreative. In addition to condemning use of artificial birth control as intrinsically evil, non-procreative sex acts such as mutual masturbation and anal sex are ruled out as ways to avoid pregnancy. Who doesn't love that? You throw in there, don't do anal. No blowjobs either. Because that'll make everybody happy. No blowjobs, no anal, no hanky-panky. Brilliant. Sign me up for that ideology. So, here's the point. You have an otherwise decent dude. Pope Francis is a good dude, right? Certainly better than other popes, which is a low bar, admittedly. But there you have it. So, an otherwise good dude who can't bring himself to state the obvious on condoms. Why? Because the weight of bad ideas and religious brainwashing is too deep and too much to shake. That's the problem with fundamentalist religious thinking.